Back here with another video on Ron Brown's YouTube channel, and we talk a lot about drones, drone gear, drone tech, cameras, action cameras, and so on. But today's kind of going to be a drone video. I'm here to talk about the new DJI drone, the Flip. The Flip came out, about a week ago. Today is I never know the date. Sometime in January 21st, so more than a week ago, the Flip came out to a lot of fanfare. The leaks and rumors have been around for the Flip for months or whatever, so we kind of knew most of the detailed specs and the pricing before it hit, but it did come out. And I think there was kind of a general kind of yawn in the drone community here. It just wasn't the drone I think a lot of people were hoping for. It's a drone I think more aimed at beginners and vloggers, content creators, and like for me, that's not me. Again, I don't really do a lot of vlogging. I don't do a lot of tracking videos. The drone track well, and I think that's a general thing in what we call the drone community. So anybody that already has a bunch of drones, DJI drones, Mini 4 Pro, Air 3S, and so on, and up the line here, it just didn't offer anything new or whatever, except to kind of fold up, uniquely or whatever. It was kind of a better version, in some ways than the Neo. It had like a better camera, has the camera quality of the Mini 4 Pro, which is to say excellent, especially for a drone in that price range. And it was much cheaper than the Mini 4 Pro. It had a starting kit was $439, just a controller, drone, and a battery. But of course, it was up $199 from this kit. This was only $199 the base kit, but it's apples and oranges really, because the $199 included one battery, no controller, and I just mentioned the Flip at $439 came with a controller, and I think that RC3 that it comes, the RCN3 that it comes with, it's like about $130 value. So again, apples and oranges, but this is still cheaper, and what this has too, a lot of people like, is you could fly this, of course, like both the Flip and this could be flown out of the palm of your hand, no controller. You just, this has buttons on that. The Flip has something on the side where you can set it in modes like, different fouling modes and droning modes and so on. And both the Flip and the Neo could be flown with the phone, which the drones like the Mini 4 Pro and the Air 3S such cannot be flown with the phone. So they both have that advantage. And also they both could be flown with standard controllers like the RCN3, which is the new N3, and also the RC2, the one with the screen in. So they have a lot in common, but here's where that ends. This drone can also fly FPV, so you can use the goggles, the Goggles 3, and they even came out with the Goggles N3 that works with this. And of course, either the motion controller 3 or the FPV controller 3, and I think this could even you could even lock and do some acro flying. So this is like a full FPV acro style drone, on for what it is. Again, it's it's only $199 drone, so it's performance is somewhat limited. But that feature is totally missing from the Flip. As of right now, Flip is not FPV in any ways and doesn't even work with goggles. Like some of the camera drones can work with goggles, but not such for the Flip. So this has that advantage over that. And you see these kind of inducted propellers here, and then it even has the prop guards on top of it. Now the Flip also has the same inducted props and kind of prop guards, but I know people complain on the Flip that your finger can too easily get in there and touch the props, or this one's a little bit harder to get your hand. They say this one's easier to fly off the palm of your hand. The Flip kind of sinks in and kind of nips some people already, even with the prop guards that's not as good as a hand launcher and catcher as this is. So there's that. One of the big advantages of the Flip is, of course, that much better camera than this. This does 4K 30 like the Flip, but the Flip is just, I think the Flip does 4K 60, but the camera quality is much better over there. The Flip has much better battery life than this does. So there's definitely some big advantages of the Flip for that extra money. So, but the Flip, even though it has a unique folding system to it, and it even has this feature where you unfold I'm gonna call it the wings, for lack of a better word, and it kind of turns on automatically, which some people like, some people don't like. I mean, I guess I put that in there so you could get up in the air quickly, especially if you want to use a controller. This doesn't have this, but I'm going to say this is still in some ways more compact than the Flip, even though it doesn't fold. If you're kind of on the fence, about getting a Flip, I would advise, if you don't do a lot of tracking, a lot of people like to track themselves, but if you don't do tracking or hardly any tracking at all, and you don't do much kind of vlogging, you don't really need a flying camera walking along as you're talking to it, the Flip and even the Neo's probably not for you then, because as just camera drones, at least the Neo, I mean, compared to the rest of the DJI line, like the Mini 4 Pro, even something like the DJI 4K, just doesn't compare. I mean, the problem with the Flip, and even the Neo and the Flip both, even the Flip at its higher price point, they're not very good in the wind. I've watched every video that's been made on the Flip. I mean, I'm joking, and I've kind of stopped. I mean, I've watched so many Flip videos. I'm not watching another one. I've seen everything I need to see. I've seen enough to know that I don't really think I need the Flip. But my point being that many of the reviewers have complained about it in the wind, like barely moving the wind sometimes, kind of hard to maneuver around. So if you live in a windy environment or you need to fly almost under any conditions, you live by the water where it tends to be windy, these drones are probably not everyday drones. You would have to wait for days that the wind calmed down to fly, where your bigger drones like the Air 3S here, you don't have to worry about the wind so much. I mean, it's going to need heavy winds, not for this to not be able to get the job done. And this is like a level 4 wind resistance, and the Flip is a level 5, but like I think some people said, the poorest level 5 they've ever seen. And like this is level 5, it can fly in almost anything. So I don't know, the level 5's certainly not an exacting science. So you want to take that in consideration too. But yeah, so my advice would be, again, and I don't have the Flip. I've never seen it. I've never flown it. I've only watched the videos. So I'm an expert from watching other videos. Again, if you're not looking for tracking and vlogging, I don't think it's the right choice for you. I mean, because if you're looking all about price point, I mean, you can get the Mini 4K for like $499, and that's with a controller. So it's $100 more than this, but it comes with a controller. So right then and there, that's a better value than this, because if once you add the RC N3 controller, this is now that would put this up to like $339 or whatever. So that's another almost $4 more than the Mini 4K. Of course, the Mini 4K, you don't get the FPV, you don't get all this launcher from your hand and stuff like this. But yeah, or I might say, or beginner. If you're a beginner, you just want to do simple things, like the hand launching, having it circle you and things like that. This could be a drone for you. But if you already have a whole bunch of drones around, like the Air 3S, Mini 4 Pro, Mavic 3 Pro, you have those drones around, Avata 2, whatever. I mean, the Flip's probably not going to fill any, many needs for you. Again, I keep going back to, unless you just want, if you're not a real drone flyer and you just want something to launch out of your palm of your hand, take a quick little video clip of you, So I'm going to say the Flip, just like the Neo, kind of a niche drone. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, this is so much fun. This is so much fun," and I heard them, But a lot of people said this is so much fun. Now they're selling it to make room for the Flip. I guess I think that's going to be even more fun. As I mentioned, I think I've watched at least 100 videos on the Flip, and I have made my decision. I'm not buying a Flip. I don't need the Flip. I didn't really need this. I mean, I've made some videos about it, whatever, some reviews and stuff like that on it. But I mean, I don't think I've actually flown it to get the kind of shots it can get, like kind of the selfie shots, for anything but a review video. Like I haven't really used it to do any any vlogging, get any, you know, like dronies or circles, orbits of me at a certain location or whatever. The things that it's intended for, I haven't done it yet. I'm going to try to integrate it more into my workflow, my non-review workflow this year, but so far I haven't even taken advantage of its features yet, again, for anything but a review video. So yeah, I'm going to pass on the Flip. I don't really, I would, a lot of people say out there, I'd rather just had and it's coming in the fall, folks. Don't tell anybody, but the Neo 2 is coming in late summer, fall. I'd rather just had a Neo with a better camera than the Flip, which again, you know, so that would have been enough for me, because again, you know, I don't particularly need it to fly longer. You know, I mean, the clips I can get with this thing, you know, I don't need a whole lot of time. I mean, number one thing on this I'd want is the better camera, you know, not necessarily any of the other features like that. Folding up doesn't really, you know, do a lot for me. I don't really care if it flies better as a camera drone, because I wouldn't use it as a per se camera drone myself. Again, I'm speaking only from somebody that has other drones. I'm not speaking at all for the people that don't have a drone, you know, right now, or you know, or the drone they have now is a piece of junk or whatever. So that's a whole. I'm not speaking for those people. I'm only speaking for the people that said have a bunch of drones already. So yeah, so that's my mind's made up. Not getting the Flip, sticking with the Neo for now, and you know, sitting back waiting for the Mavic 4 is coming. Some people say it's coming soon. Some people say it's not coming until summer. Some people say, is it a Mavic 4 or is it a Mavic 4 Pro? Who knows? But yeah, we're putting the Flip on the back burner. Hey, maybe we'll look at the Flip 2 when it comes out, if there ever is a Flip 2, and look forward to the Mavic 4. And yeah, so I hope you got something out of this video here. Any questions, comments, leave them down below. If you did get anything out of it, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already a member. Ring the bell if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video, folks.